Hi one and all. This is for you subscribers out there that are interested in my bipolar recovery story, and I'm talking about tapering lithium carbonate, which I've been doing for quite a while. In fact, I'll just look up in my diary that I have here to tell you when I started this process. Okay, so it's actually nearly 2 months to the day. So I started on Friday, the 8th of June 2018. That was my first day of reduction, and right now it is the 5th of August. So I will put the pictures on my thumbnail of the sheet with all my first lot of reduction, and there's a couple of days missing on that. How I've dropped down through the days. The couple of days that are missing are in this book, but you know, it's not particularly interesting to see that. In fact, I've got a whole video of that kind of time when I was doing my dropping, so you can watch that video. Uh, and then I've got a little post-it note at the moment that I'm using for my last week or so of dropping, and I'll show you that as well. And the latest post-it note is the one of most interest. You might notice that right now I'm speaking quicker than I have been the past 4 months. There's been some really big changes in my general kind of mood, my cognitive ability, my physical ability. That could be down to the fact that I'm doing this kind of astringent fruit diet. I've lost a lot of weight. That's made a lot of changes with my body, but I think that it's probably also affected how much energy I have. But I also think that possibly now that I'm much lower on lithium, that my brain is starting to feel like there's kind of less fog, and that I can think a bit more clearly, more sharply, more quickly. And I've been able to do sitting down at the computer and making spreadsheets and planning things for work, and you know, spending a number of hours doing those kind of focused cognitive tasks, which I haven't been able to do for a really long time. So that's really quite amazing. So before we went on holiday, so we've been on a holiday, it was a 6-day holiday before that. There was a time when I actually decided to stop reducing my lithium. I was on about 620 milligrams in weight. The original dose was 971 milligrams of weight. So that's, you know, a big reduction. But there was just the odd little moment that me and my husband thought, actually, you know, I was feeling like some of the physical sensations in my body. Like, so for example, I'd tap my fingers and there'd be quite a lot of sensations kind of running down my hand into my arm. I remember that on a journey to a party, and I was like, okay, I'm going to a party, I need to kind of make sure that maybe I don't talk too much with others and that I take some time out when I need to, and maybe just have one-on-one chats with people and keep it calm, and if I need time out, then just kind of give that to myself. And I was still having a lot of sensations of, you know, pain sensations with the illness I've had. So I did have to do that at that party and just kind of take some deep breaths. And then the next couple of days after that, so for 3 whole days, I stayed on the same 618 or whatever it was at the time. And I kept thinking, okay, I'm not as kind of steady and stable than I have been, so let's not drop tonight, you know. And I haven't been tapering like people have suggested. I've been doing it much quicker. So literally every single night I'll drop by 10%, and every so often I drop by 20% or so. So that was the only time that I really kind of stayed level. And then ever since then, I've started dropping again. So when I started dropping after those 3 of the same, I did less drops. So I maybe did 5 milligrams or 8 milligrams, and then going slowly back to the 10 milligrams. And then after like 2 or 3 nights of doing that, I just went back to the 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams of drop, and I've been fine. And now I'm on about 510 milligrams, and I'm still fine. I'm not feeling like any more hypersensitive sensations, and I still feel pretty grounded. But literally the last 3 or 4 days, I've been getting these feelings where my kind of creative inspiration and using my mind, for example, one of my jobs for the school where I work is to plan this new associative cafe and épicerie we're going to have in September, and like a little shop. And so me and my daughter kind of sat down with my big A4 book, and we kind of scribbled down all these ideas together, kind of mind mapping, and then we did a couple of drawings together of what that would look like in reality. And then I kind of, a bit that evening, kind of reorganized that mind mapping into kind of lists that I could then put into a spreadsheet. And I did more the next day for a couple of hours, just kind of making it all really succinct. And I never would have been able to do that before. So I just kind of find that my brain is functioning much better. And I'm not taking any healing herbs for the illness that I may or may not have. I will find out tomorrow from the German Lyme specialist if I have Lyme's or not. And yeah, so basically that's really good news, what I'm going through, and I think it will only improve and get better the more that I drop my lithium. And I will continue to go 10 or 20 milligrams per night unless I feel wobbly again. But yeah, that's almost halfway actually. So I've almost dropped 50% of the original dose, and I'm way out of the therapeutic range, obviously. So yeah, big thumbs up to me. It's a real what did my friend say? She said it's a real achievement. It is. It's that I've got this far and that I've got to the stage that I'm at right now, and it's been 2 months and there's been no huge hiccups, and things are going really, really well. How much time have I got left? So yeah, and I was kind of pondering, what do I do when I don't take lithium anymore? And I had all these, different films about bipolar recovery, and I don't have any more symptoms or anything relating to bipolar. Do I continue making films about it? I think it would be interesting for maybe subscribers out there to ask me questions about bipolar and, recovering from lithium carbonate, if there be anything of interest to you that you want to hear more about, because I feel like when I get to 0, what am I going to say? And if you want me to continue talking about it in however you think it might relate to you or your recovery, and yeah, anyway, that's for you to think about and get back to me on the comments. But if you still interested in some of the other things that go on in my life, then do press the subscribe button and press the like button and all that, and you can hear more about what I do not on lithium carbonate and what I do with maybe without having the label bipolar anymore. It's quite an insane thought, really. Anyway, hope that was informative, and I'll see you again very soon on a new video that I'm about to do right now. Bye.